If you've ever been confused about how natural minor scales work, how they're used, why we should care, this is the video for you. I'm curious if you had the same experience as me. When I was a young kid taking lessons, when it came to scales, my teacher just basically handed me a scale book and said, "Here, learn these." And when it came to minor scales, the only scales that were in there were harmonic and melodic minor. Not really an explanation of what they were, why we should care, just here, practice these. And almost embarrassingly, it wasn't until my master's degree that it was really explained to me what a natural minor scale is and why it's so important. So this video is basically going to be the explanation I wish I received when I was a student to save you the time. And if you're new here, my name's Jonathan, and on this channel we provide practical tutorials to help you improve at the piano and music theory faster. Now when it comes to understanding natural minor scales, there are a couple ways we can approach it. The way I think makes most sense is to look at the relative major. So for every major scale that sounds like this, we have a relative minor that sounds like this, that uses the same exact keys. And when we do that relative minor without changing anything, for obvious reason, it's called the natural minor scale because it's in its natural form. Now, how do we find the natural minor, or how do we find the relative minor of a major scale? There are two ways you can do that. Let's take C major as an example. Say you're trying to find the relative minor of C major. You can go to the sixth note of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That brings you to A, so we would say A minor is the relative minor of C major, or a shortcut you can use is going down 3 half steps. That'll bring you to the same place. Let's do a harder example. Let's take D major, 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. If you're trying to find the relative minor of that, again, go to the 6th note, B, or you can go down 3 half steps, also B. So we'd say the relative minor of D major is B minor. Now, if you just save those exact sharps or flats that are in the key, that is the natural minor scale. Let's do one more example. Let's do a trickier one. Let's take A flat major. That's 4 flats, again, 6th note, or you can go down 3 half steps, F minor. And if I keep those exact same 4 flats, I end up with the natural minor scale. Now, if you want to look at this a little more microscopically in terms of the sequence of whole steps and half steps, that's fine too. So if I wanted to figure out a natural minor from scratch, it would be my starting note, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Now this is the most important point. When we're playing a piece of music that's, say, in the key of D minor, that natural minor scale is basically what is being referred to. So the piece of music has been composed using this scale as the starting point. The only reason we have harmonic and melodic minor is to make these little adjustments to have proper resolutions like this, rather than natural minor form, which sounds a little more folksy in nature. So it's important to understand that when we talk about being in a minor key, there's no such thing as being in the key of D harmonic minor or in the key of D melodic minor. We're in the key of D minor, which in this case is just B flat, using the natural minor scale as the reference point, and then we just make the slight adjustments whenever we're approaching the leading tone, and that's when we incorporate harmonic and melodic minor. If you want a much more detailed explanation of that, I go into the whole thing right here, complete with musical examples. I'll see you there.